Whoa! Are you want 5 tips on how to be successful in working with Microsoft Fabric? Well, you are in the right place. I can't wait to get into it. All right, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Do all that YouTube stuff. Helps feed the logarithm, all that good, things, right? All right, what are 5 tricks to get you up and running inside of Microsoft Fabric today? All right. Tip number 1. Use low code before you go pro code, okay? Now, there's all sorts of solutions inside Microsoft Fabric, and before you jump into like, hey, I'm going to go into like the heavy data engineering space, look at if you can use the low code solutions that are out there. And don't get me wrong, if you're a hardcore data engineer and that's what you want to do, great. God bless. Go forth, do that data engineering stuff. But if you're not, and the bulk of us are not data engineers, the bulk of us aren't like heavy, hard-hitting coders, right? Wherever you can, stay as low code as possible. That just makes the solutions you make easier for you to stand up, easier for you to transition other team members. And then when you find a reason where all of a sudden that low code is not giving you what you need in the solutions, then and only then do you go pro code, okay? Makes it super easy for you to work and operate. Tip number 2. Use the right tool for the job. And this kind of goes into this stems from that use low code over pro code. But if you're trying to create a data pipeline, use Data Factory, right? Use it in conjunction with something like a Power Query or a Dataflow Gen 2 or a notebook, right? But use the right tool for the right job where you should be doing those things, right? Look at how you can load and manage stuff in the right layer. Don't have all of your logic in your loads of your semantic model. That's the wrong place and the wrong layer to be doing your transformations, right? Don't be doing everything in DAX calculated columns. We all know where I stand with that, right? Put that stuff in that data engineering space. Heck, if you're a data engineer and you need to do some statistical regressions or whatnot, look at like the ML models features and capabilities, right? Use the right tool for the job is broadly applicable inside of the solution, inside of your fabric, and making sure you're picking that can be a challenge in and of itself. That's why you watch YouTube channels like this. Hopefully you can, help get in the right path with that. All right. Tip number 3, keep your solutions as simple as possible. Now, some of you watching may work in very large organizations that have 20 different layers inside of your data platform, where you've got from raw to curated platinum reporting layer information on this stuff. You may have all of those, and you might have 8 flavors of your bronze layer. I've seen that before, right? And they had very specific things that they did at each of the layers as data was coming in. And then they had their dozen layers inside of silver, and each layer had specific things that were done, right? Like, okay, we apply business keys, then we apply core level logic, then we apply mixed source logic, then like, it's entirely possible that you need 20 different layers inside of your data estate. But if you don't need that, don't put it in there. Keep it as simple as possible. Now, I'm going to say as simple as possible probably means 2, right? You probably need to have a raw layer and then a consume layer at a minimum, but keep these things as simple as you possibly can. Don't oversimplify. Don't think I'm just going to do everything in one and ha 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 ha. Congratulations, you played yourself. I wish I had that meme set up. But keep it as simple as you possibly can. Number 4. All right. Try it before you buy it. In other words, try your code, get it up, get it running, run it in another workspace. Now the ability to like clone and duplicate a workspace and test out all of your productions content is so much easier than ever before you take some big complex process that you've been working on. And it's really important to your organization before you just run that off into production and let's see how that runs and works. stick that in another workspace and run that in an isolated environment for a little while. See how long it's running. See what the performance is like. Test that stuff out. Run it for a bit and get a good feel for it to make sure that you understand how this is going to function once it gets into production. There is nothing worse than deploying something in production that ran fine in dev and QA, but then when it gets under production workloads and now it's not performant, right? That's a horrible thing to have to deal with, right? And sorting it out is just a problem. And then number 5, feel free in these controlled other places to make mistakes, experiment with things, try out new things. Like, do you know what DuckDB is? I don't, but hopefully later today, I think I have a block of time scheduled. We're going to play with it, try and see if I can understand what the heck Mim is talking about when he's talking about DuckDB all the time. I just don't know. But I'm going to go in, I'm going to play with that, I'm going to make mistakes, I'm going to do it in a way that's not going to cause any problems to my production environments. It's not going to hurt anything, right? Go in and experiment and try things. Feel free to be in a place where you can do that experimentation and you can make those mistakes so that you can grow and learn as you go. That learning from my own mistakes is some of the ways I've learned some of the most important things in my career. Is like, oh my gosh, that just straight up did not work, right? And so that Fabric offers an incredible environment, an incredible solution for you to do just that. So figure out how you can leverage Fabric to try those things, make those mistakes, fail fast, and move on. All right. Now, I know what you're saying. Hey, Chris, a lot of that stuff isn't necessarily specific to Fabric. And you're right. These are great tips that I use regardless of what the platform is that you're working on. Kind of threw in some like analogies in there for Microsoft Fabric, but these are things you can do anywhere you are, and you should be trying to do these to grow yourself. Hopefully you found this content informative, insightful, and helpful. If you did, smash that like button, leave a comment down below on what other tips do you have to be successful. Would love to hear from you. And with that, I hope you have the best day ever. Peace. Baker Tilly Digital combines strategic industry insight and advanced technical expertise to uncover and solve your digital transformation challenges. If you're interested in learning more, check out our website at bakertilly.com/digital.